Hello, greetings of the day to everyone who is watching this pitch video. Myself, Sahil Dhakla. I am the Principal Consultant and Managing Director at BuiltVisor. During this presentation, I will walk you through the problem statement, business idea, our action plan, timeline, and functionalities of this app, which is called Archi app. Bridging the gap is our tagline. Back in 2022, when I was exposed to the market segment where there is a big gap between design and implementation during construction, this quote by Steve Jobs is apt to portray such situations. Unfortunately, existing in our construction sector, that design is not just what it looks like and feels like, design is how it works. Our building activities currently do not focus, however, on implementation of design, but mostly on aesthetics and optics. Incidentally, the market segment where this gap exists are small to medium scale residential and commercial institutional projects. India is the primary market where we are focusing on to roll out the MVP and hear the customer feedback. However, the Canadian and Singapore market is similar in fragmentation as we can observe from the data a few slides ahead. Building construction is a focus heavy job. In my experience, the medium scale commercial project owner has single handedly take care of all the stakeholder management along with material and resource procurement. This is not all. There has to be a lot more tracking and communication that gets bottleneck at a point where all the decisions are to be made by a single point of contact, being a project owner or the architect, the consultant or the financier. All of us in our experience would have seen such issues even during minor construction expeditions that we take up at least a few times during our lifetime. Eventually, it all boils down to these five major issues being contract risk, quality issues, low predictability, unavailability of design professionals, unprofessional and unethical market practices, and most of the times, a big time and cost overrun. These are the stakeholders in a construction project: investor, owner, designer, contractor, and subcontractors. We did an overall market sizing to find out the scale of project management fee at 4%, which is the general norm in a large scale construction project. We slice the data to find our target segment, which is medium and small scale commercial residential market to start with. The market potential of this opportunity at 50% revenue volume belonging to 95% of small scale companies comes out to be 5500 crore INR. Going further, taking a conservative approach, the addressable market for a tier 2 city like Chandigarh at a lower 2% project management fee comes out to be 18 crore per annum, which could be our beachhead market. As Stephen Gardiner said, good buildings come from good people, and all the problems are solved by good design. From our experience and the general know how, we have identified the restraints in building construction and personas of all the stakeholders involved. As you can see, the behavioral points for all these stakeholders, the major reason for frustrations were identified as risks are design changes after or during construction, rework due to any reason such as quality or wrong construction, late payment because of various reasons, wrong material quantity due to lack of knowledge, and late inspection due to communication gap or unavailability. For the risk mitigation, we have following measures to follow, which our platform will be focused on: earlier communication for design changes, minimization of rework, timely progress verification, deploying better estimation techniques, and timely alerts for inspection. The primary goal and area of focus during the product development are having a tracking and communication module, focus on design implementation, and in return minimize the overall time and cost overrun. The timeline and action plan we are following currently at the end of May 2023. The team is doing great and the product is MVP ready. However, we are still working on rolling it out on selected basis for the user feedback. By the end of Q1 2023, we are expecting to have our product available in Indian and Canadian market in the hands of small scale players looking to solve their burning problems. By Q3 2023-24, however, we would be rolling this product to masses and making it available on the App Store. The USP functionalities that we aspire to provide our market users once we have acquired a promising market share. These are the preliminary sketches from December 22, before we started working on the code development. So, What are we trying to streamline here? Currently, all such projects utilize WhatsApp, Telegram, or Teams, or Outlook emails, etc., which is a little bit exhausting at the end of the day to backtrack and work on multiple projects. To solve this, we will streamline communication, project flow, document sharing, and issue management using these user specific dashboards. Meet our team. Most of the folks here are interns and freshers, filled with enthusiasm to put a dent in the universe. However, our talent hiring process involves a four-step approach, and we identified these talented individuals with immense potential. Most of them have gone through trainings and multiple guidance sessions already. Having invested a lot, we are looking forward to retain most of them however possible. These are the major business strategies to put our step forward in the coming times after the MVP validation. To summarize, we started our journey to influence the field of AEC by rendering creative solutions and groundbreaking technology for improving the construction processes. Thank you. Have a great day.